Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. And this time I have this photo that I took of in the garden of this flower. I just quite like the shape of the flower and I thought it'd be nice to do a painting of it. I haven't filmed myself painting for a bit and I thought, well, this one will be a good one to do, so I'm just going to do it. So let's move this over here. Just put it there, just so I can glance at it. I've got it at the side. I have to colour mix a few colours. Might chalk in a shape that I like first. A bit of chalk on it's just a panel that's been painted with a bit of grey gesso. On there. So we've got the shape of the pot, something like that. And what I tend to do when I'm drawing is draw the whole thing. So you draw through the item, and it just helps a little bit. Something like this. It's actually on a tray underneath. Like that. And then we've got flowers, which will be sort of the flowers of. Just look at the entire shape of it. It sort of goes right like that, and up there, and there, mainly. And there as well. Something like that. And that'll do me. Very rough. You don't need to go crazy because you're a painter. You're a painter. You're not drawing. You're painting. So it's funny is the old painting and drawing differences, because I was told by an amazing artist, actually, way better than me, a million times better, and I wanted to paint, and he said, well, you should be drawing, you should draw, and then you'll be able to paint. But I'm not actually sure if that's true. I understand the logic of it, that if you do a lot of drawing, your mind will be better for painting because you'll know shapes better. But it's different. I suppose they cross-contaminate. But I tend to think if you paint, you get better at painting. If you draw, you get better at drawing. So I think it's different. I'm just wiping a few brushes. So I just had them stood in oil so they don't dry out. And while I do that, I can start thinking about my colours and stuff. Got like a grey-brown kind of ground. And I've got this pot, and I've only put a few paints out. I've only put some crimson and some let's just get started. Let's not mess around here. So I've only got a few colours. Oops, just knock everything over. Got a few paints. I've got some titanium white, alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow. I was going to say cadmium red then. It's cadmium yellow. Some ultramarine blue and some burnt umber. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colours, and we'll see if we can just use these. So obviously you probably know Oh, I want to paint some green. Let's grab another brush. Just wipe this brush away. So you go, oh, well, I want some green, so you get a bit of blue, you get a bit of yellow, and then you can make your green, and then you can add either your brown or red or whatever, and you can mess with that green colour. So you've got a green, I mean, mixing colours, you've got a lot of colours. That's what I'm trying to say. With a limited palette, you've got a lot of colours, because you just mix them. Right, this is really painting for the... well, it's the simplicity of painting, isn't it? It's just easy. It's easy, really. It just takes a bit of practice. So I'm going to get a bit of brown, a bit of red, a bit of white. Might throw in a bit of yellow, I think. I want to get this sort of... doesn't that look like burnt sienna? Looks just like burnt sienna. Because that's kind of the colour I'm going for. Start throwing in some paint on this. You can use brush strokes to create the shape. I like doing that. I like using brush strokes. It's a bit darker under there. There's this tray under here. So I find that this pot dries out, so I put a tray over it. Something like that, and then I want to go a bit darker, so get some of this brown. Get the colour. It's a bit darker, no problem there, is there? I can throw that in. And we're going to be putting colour on top of this, so we don't worry too much. Well, we don't worry at all, really. We don't need to worry about doing paintings, do we? Just do it. Just do it and see what happens. I never always was so happily painting. I used to stress out quite a lot, thinking about all the problems I was going to have when I was painting. And then I think you get to a point where you've done so many paintings, you've witnessed every problem that you can have. I'm going to do a line. I'm going to go like this. Just sit back, have a look at that. Oh, that's better. A little line there. A line here. There's a bit of blue in this, just to make it a bit darker. Now, what I'm going to do is start coming out like that. Okay. I'll do. Not too bad. keep going. Bit of dark here, bit of soil, compost. And then background. Not sure really. I might do like a dull colour, dull. Anyway, the ground, I'm going to use this blue and brown. Anyway, we'll think about that. We'll think about that as we're doing it. Don't necessarily have to complete it. This is a bit of an experiment, really. So I'm going to have to scrub in this paint on, really. Okay, just sort of sit back, have a look at that. Yep. Now I want to do I do my background and then do my plant on top of the background? It's tempting, isn't it? So if I put a bit of blue and white, a nice dull. I want quite a dull background. Wow, that's too much blue. Some of it's got almost greenness to this, almost, which I quite like, so I might use it, scrub in some background. Scrub it in, scrub it in. That'll sort of blend away in there. This is quite thinly applicated, and I want it to be quite thin, really, because then when I put my other paint on, it's not going to blend with it or anything. Well, not much anyway, because it's going to be so thin. You know that theory, painting, it's like cake mating. It's a bit weird. It's like cake making. You make the cake, then you put the icing on, and then all the decorations on, and then the cherry on top. Painting's the same. So we've got a pot. Okay, now then. I think we can use this nicely. We need a green now, I think. Get some of these leaves in there. Back in there. See, there's the imaginary pot. I'll leave some areas clean because I want to put my white on there. I mean, it won't matter too much because once I start putting the white on, it's going to be quite a full colour. But something I'm thinking of doing is a bit more here. I'm already thinking that, but I think I'll put the greenery in first. I'm thinking like brush strokes. Always thinking brush strokes. Where I can add more. Where I can do more. So we now want a nice green. Well, we started making one with this blue and yellow here. We want to make get a bit of brown, blue. Make a dull green first. What's that one? That looks quite good. So just a bit of burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine blue, and a bit of cadmium yellow. And then we have our green, so put some of this in. Some in here as well. Some of it you can do, get a bit more blue in there. Just to darken it a little. And use that brush to stroke in a few leaves there. Okay. Starting to develop a little bit. Got this kind of mass of a pink that we need to work on as well. So I need So what I need is this crimson and white. Crimson and white. Yeah, it's pretty close. We'll use this to put in some nice pinky bits. Some of it's quite dull. some of the dull bits on as well. So what I'm going to do, just wiping another brush. Getting another brush on the go. Yeah, I want this to be quite dull. So I want the crimson I just threw in the colour that I use for the background in with that. And just make a dull sort of pink, which I can use here. And maybe along here as well. Looking for more sort of dull areas. There. But there. So when I do it anyway, I'm not exactly copying this one at the moment. I don't really want to do a exact copy. I just want to get the essence of it, really. So I can use this. Pull out some of these pinks in places. So got one growing there. And I suppose we can put it in the scalp here. I want some real white ones. There's a few there. I thought when I looked at them outside, I was like, oh, that'd be quite a nice sort of impressionistic sort of looking picture. It's what I tend to like myself. I'm just using that corner of the brush just to do this. Get that line in there. And I can stick some flowers on there. Just using little sort of like the flower strokes. can see the leaves. I'm just going to start putting a load around this area as well. Putting a load in here, one down there. Give my brush a wipe when I've gone into a little bit too much of the undercolours. God, it's really delicate and white over there, so I'll wait for that one. That's very white as well. Get some of the titanium white and try and get that sort of petal. See how it's really thick paint. The leaf there. Okay, and we've got that area. This area down here. Okay, I quite like that. Starting to show nicely. Get some of this white. Start putting some separators. It's a really strong bit there. Put that in. Bloop. Big globule of colour. Just sort of sitting back having a look. I know what I want to do. trying to get some of the shapes really. I think it'd be nice to add some blue in here. This is what I'm thinking. Gonna throw in some crimson, some sort of stronger colour in here and there. I think I'd rather get rid of some of this here. I'm having a bit more fun but now. I'm not actually using the exact picture, I'm making my own thing. So I've got a lot of these, oh I know what to do. I want one of those plants to go, those heads, kind of go like that. I'll have it behind that leaf. A few leaves there. I want, because it's very pink, what I want. It's not there, it's not in the picture, but it's what I like, is a few lobelia flowers that maybe they're dropping down. Dropping down here. A few of their leaves. It just sort of breaks it up, I quite like it. They tend to have a little white dot in the middle. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's a couple over here as well. Yeah, quite like that. Yeah, it changes things a bit for me, and I like that better. Something else I wanted to do, to add a little more to these bits. Just wipe my brush. Okay. Just need a bit of the bit of blue in this colour. Trying to get this sort of looking a bit there. And then some grass down here. And I think for a bit of a study, bit of practice, I'm actually quite happy with that. I think the one thing that I want is a few like that, and I get more of a roundedness. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this painting. Just a bit of, a bit of fun, a bit of practice. Of course, I expect you'll be able to do better than this. It might give you an idea of maybe what you want to paint. Maybe you want to do a bit of an impression like I've done. Maybe you want to do something more realistic. So there's one thing I still want to do is add a little something to this. A little pizzazz. Just sort of sit back, have a look at that. Is there anything you want to change? Okay. Yeah, I quite like that. That would hang nicely and brighten up a dull room, wouldn't it? Looking to see if I could... There is one thing. There always is. Always is one thing. Always is. What I'd like is some real pure white. Put that back in. Yeah, I want some real pure white. Straight out the tube. Not that tube, because I can't open it. Some pure titanium white. Get a bit of that one there. And there. On my lobelia. And a few of these here. Couple here. And Yeah, and then need a bit of green there as well. Okay. Touch a bit more light. A bit of light maybe in there. Yeah, something like that. I'll go with that. So, thanks very much for watching this episode. It's a little bit fun, it's a little bit different, it's got a bit of an impressionist look to it, and it's just a good way to get warmed up and enjoy yourself with your painting. So thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you in another one. Cheers, bye.